This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Volunteers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Play action on first down. He's going to go for a big one. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's brought down, but this freshman is not afraid to take a shot.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernius Coles. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you're talking about coming out ready, hairs on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
The give to the back. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. They're bringing the chop, they're bringing the noise on third down at the Doak. Looking to pass, it's Aguilar. Fires to the middle. That's reeled in. It's Matthews. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Turning it on. The 20. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but That thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
The Seminoles want to move quickly. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And I don't think he got it. The defense stands tall on 3rd and inches.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Quarterback keeper. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Coaches have their scripts and their play sheets, and they have 4th and short. You know, when you get in these situations, they have plays that they're confident in. Called one here. Great job executing right near midfield.
Got his man on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field, and don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass, it's Sperry. Forced out of the pocket. Going for 6. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Back-to-back incompletions and likely back to the air on 3rd and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And I love the defense here, playing downhill, playing fast, understanding it's 3rd and goal. I don't have as much space behind me. I can be more aggressive on that touch pass. They come up, they set the edge, they make the big tackle.
4th and goal from the 5. The offense is still out there. This epitomizes confidence. Looking to throw again. He's going for the goal line. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Here's the handoff. Gives him a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Takes a hit as he fires. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
Listen, if you're a defender, you gave up the completion, and that stinks. You don't want to do that. You don't want to give up yards. But if you do, you want to take a chunk out of the quarterback's hiney. Great job hitting him right in the mouth.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. He'll work his way down to the 28.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you've got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. The Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Got some room to run. He's at the 30. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And defenses are way less concerned with yards nowadays. It's being great in the red zone, and boy, did they come up big. They create the turnover, return the INT.
And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. So here is the Tennessee offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And I think in the pre-snap, I I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Offense making its way under the field to start the drive. Back to throw, it's Sperry. Shoots it to the left. Finds his man. It's McCoy. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think a swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house and make big plays.
Well, a play like that's going to force the defense to second-guess whether they want to play man-to-man coverage against guys with speed like that. One-on-one to the perimeter, you run the go route, quarterback puts a ton of air under it, and they come up with a huge play.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab on the left. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
He'll bring it out. It's Matthews. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays in the lead.
They'll give it to the back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking for a man. It's Aguilar. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking downfield on first down. He's got an open man. Free up the gut. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
The Volunteers line it up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback looks for a little space. The sneak scores it.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. San Diego State showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Connection to the right. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's, Wk, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game, Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinator seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Berry. Got it in the middle, it's McCoy. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. There he goes. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. And the Noles have taken it inside the 20. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. The run from the shotgun. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. A run for the quarterback. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Seminoles will try to pick it up on 4th down. Motion from the back. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
To the air, it's Aguilar. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Rides the back on the option to give. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third and short. They've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And the Vols will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll take it on the return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The offense changing the play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Complete to the right. Ball is loose. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And that's a good idea for this defense. I would be covering him too, because he's already had a day's worth of yards. The big play out wide, man, they are finding him, and he's making productive plays. So good job by this defense recognizing that guy's not beating me anymore.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. The field goal is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Matthews. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. big orange offense on the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll go to the ground. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On the run, it's Thomas. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And the Volunteers have this offense rolling. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Work with now. The ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Leaves it with the back. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with the pick.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play, and in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And it's not a surprise who they're throwing the ball down the field to. I mean, he's already had a great day. They're going to feature him because he makes plays over and over again. And then trying to take another shot to him down the field. If I'm the defense, man, I'm focusing on that guy. He's made too many big plays today.
Got him downfield. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The play-action fake. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Dropping back, it's Barrett. Makes the grab, it's Robinson. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It'll be third and long. Looking to throw. Another incompletion on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. Snap of this drive comes from the 32. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. And this big orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they got their trigger man, and they've had some great ones, Peyton Manning, T. Martin, Hendon Hooker had an unbelievable run. They find that guy, man, their offenses have been so hard to stop.
Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Time to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that's not the worst place in the world to miss. Coaches will tell you, man, when you're going to take those deep shots and those fly routes down the field, if you're going to miss as a quarterback, you don't miss inside. And he misses outside a little bit. Like to give your receiver a better chance, but it's a good job missing outside.
Complete to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
To the air on first down. Now adjusting. Gets rid of it. Puts it out of the air. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Trying to run, it's Thomas. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13. Spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So the final period starts with a second down play. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Throws for the tight end. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Going to sling it on second down. It's complete to the right. Off to the races to the right. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, no! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And man, what a game-changing tight play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. So here is the Tennessee offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Looking for a crease. It's Bishop. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's throwing interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
After that incompletion here, tied in the fourth quarter, you've got a decision to make with this field position. Do you want to stay aggressive and try and go win this game now and bleed a little bit more clock? Or do you trust your defense if you punt this away to get you the ball back so you can still win?
He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. He'll keep it himself. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender. And they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck.
Breaks into the open.
Damn.
The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Wants to throw. It's Sperry. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. Got a man. It's White. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one. And you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that 4th down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right arm and to keep the drive alive.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's one-on-one. Stop the run first.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. He'll do it himself. Touchdown Seminoles! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on second down. To throw, it's Aguilar. And they're not on the same page there.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on third down at the dope. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Matthews. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So backing up with that penalty, and they can feel their own goalposts looming over their shoulder. Third and long, and this crowd trying to help the defense get off the field. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on third down.
Offense couldn't get anything going in rhythm there. They're just trying to give themselves some space. Couldn't come up with the completion on third down. Looks like they're going to be punting.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. So after hitting bankrupt, spinning that wheel of fortune, now this offense can tack a little more onto the lead. They have it first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties. Let that clock tick down, and then punch it in the end zone to add to this lead.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Florida State.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? The give. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. looking for a man. It's Aguilar. Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Bring in the heat. Hit as he throws. Makes the grab. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Looking to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee.
Wow, bro.
Tonight it's an interception.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44.
I put the freshman in.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, no! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category.
Forced out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, and that's the kind of play that can really get a drive going. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. The Vols trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return. But what a play to get the football back. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He slings it deep to the left. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He fires to the left side. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.